Hey, check it out, everybody. It's Phil from NYRocks, and we're rocking down here in the heart of Manhattan, and we're here for our art and photograph expo. It's called Two Mediums, One Vision, with David Banegas and Mark Weiss. And we have Mark Weiss standing right here, the world-renowned rock and roll extraordinaire photographer. I
feel like we're in like everything. And we're gonna have a fight.
Hey, you're an artist, man. You know, I mean, come on. You've been doing it for years,
decades,
decades and decades.
Oh my God!
Tell everybody where you're from and how you get started shooting photography. Go ahead.
I'm from New Jersey. I started when I was 14. I was mowing lawns, and this guy gave me a camera for mowing lawn for a season. And I started taking pictures of my dog and my brother riding motorcycles. Then I developed them, put it aside. Black and white. I was always amazed by how the developing trace, seeing these pictures come to life.
Cool.
And then kind of put it down, and then I picked it up when Aerosmith played, and Peter Frampton and all these bands when I was maybe 2 years later, when I was 15, 16. Okay. And then I just said, wow. And then I looked in the front, I saw this photographer up there. I'm like, why is he there and I'm not? So then that was my goal, and within like 2 years, I'm there. 3 years.
I was gonna ask you, who was the first famous band that you photographed? What was your lucky break? What was the first thing that you started that got you going?
It's kind of ironic because the first show that I shot at the Garden was Peter Frampton in 1975. Crappy photos. I can't do anything with them, but
that's when Frampton came alive, right?
Yeah. It was before that, but it's when he recorded it. But. So I looked at the shots, and Peter was this big, and I always thought as long as you blow it up, it's going to be okay. Right. But you blow it up, and it's just a big gray ball, all this grain. So I learned quick. Next show, I knew I had to be really close. Well,
I have a nice zoom lens, but they didn't have them back then.
Oh, they did, but I just couldn't afford them.
Yeah.
So anyway, in '79, I got hired to shoot Peter's publicity shots for I'm in You. It's after he had his motorcycle crash. He wanted some unknown photographer that was kind of starting out. And I knew the publicist, George Dassinger. He took me along to his house in Westchester, and I spent the day with him. He did the interview for his press release. I did some casual photos. He was with his dog Rocky. I shot him at in his doghouse. I shot him on the trampoline in front of the jukebox, guitars.
Where was that? Where was the one?
In Westchester, Westchester, New York. And so I spent the day. I got these pictures, and they loved them. Peter loved them, and I mean, come on, that's Peter Frampton, man. So.
All right. So after Peter Frampton, what came next? You shot Twisted Sister, Motley Crue.
Right.
You have a relationship with Ozzy. Yeah, talk about some of that stuff.
All right. Well, a couple of years go by, and I'm just hustling. And I started working with Circus Magazine. Circus Magazine gave me the opportunity to bands to saying, wow, yeah, you can shoot us, come backstage. So I remember one of my first assignments was Van Halen at the Convention Hall in Asbury Park. They were just, first album came out. I shot them. They liked the pictures, centerfolds. Once you're in those magazines, all those bands love you. So that was the trick. And then they go backstage. And then about a year later, I was just shooting live. But a year later, I was like, I want to shoot pose photos. I want to I want to take control over them. And Ozzy Osbourne, they said, we want you to do a photo of Ozzy Osbourne for Most Athletic. All right. So I set up the background. He was going to come with boxing gloves, and he came with a pink tutu as a joke. He's Most Athletic because of his frog jumps. I shot it in color, of course, turned it into the magazine, and they ended up running it on the cover. Now Sharon and Ozzy were pissed. They were like, "How could you do this? It's supposed to be a black and white photo inside." They wouldn't talk to me for a while. Meanwhile, here I am. I got my big break. I'm in with Ozzy. Next thing you know, I'm in the doghouse. But then the record took off. They got a lot of publicity from that photo. They got Ozzy in the pink tutu, boxing gloves, and cowboy boots. Take off a Ferris wear boots, kind of,
Oh man, you must have been crushed.
I mean, when I saw the photo, I was excited. Then when they said, "What are you doing?" Everyone's laughing at him. And then we became doing all these antics. I used to dress him up like a housewife, or never met housewife. We did a concept on that. I used to drag him in drag. I mean, in a bunny outfit that they just released on I shot these pictures of Ozzy in a bunny outfit. I shared a studio in 1985. And he had all these costumes, you know, this candy costume, a bunny outfit. And Ozzy came to my studio with Sharon, and he saw the costume, and he goes, "What's that, Mark?" I'm like, "It's a bunny outfit." He goes, "What am I going to do with that?" I said, "You're going to put it on." And he looked at Sharon, and he goes, "Have fun." And he goes, "Mark, I don't want to put that on."
You think it was better if when Sharon was there to talk him into it?
No, she didn't have to. It's better that she wasn't, because you know she's like, just do it. And you know what? I looked at the pictures. I'm like, I can't show these pictures of the Prince of Darkness in a bunny outfit. But just this past Easter, I sent it to him, you know, because we used it in the gallery to raise some money for a charity. So I just released them. And then Sharon, they posted it on Facebook on Easter. It got the most hits. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, wow. I mean, I could show that to people that that's my photo, you know.
And you've been friends how many long? You got friends. You're friends now forever.
Absolutely,
I see all your pictures, a lot of pictures with Ozzy. You have them hanging right here.
That's right.
Now, let's talk about some of the albums. You did some album artwork, right?
Right, I did.
You had a Slippery When Wet, right? With Bon Jovi.
Yep.
You did Bon Jovi.
Yep. I did Bon Jovi. My first album cover was actually "Stay Hungry" from Twisted Sister.
I know them for years. I've been seeing them for years. I'm from Staten Island, New York, and AJ's from Staten Island, and the other guys from the band, they're all from Long Island and wherever else, you know. So I've been seeing them since the beginning, you know, in Staten Island, playing in small clubs and Limos and everywhere, you know.
Well, once that took off, then it's like it sold a couple million records. Then everyone wanted to use me, you know. Then I did Wasp at The Last Command. I did Anthrax, I'm the Man, Dokken, you know. Everything just took off, you know.
Wow. So how about now you're doing, now it turned digital. Everything went digital. In the beginning, digital wasn't the greatest, but now digital is phenomenal. And now you're doing new work. Talk about some of the things that you're doing, you're working on right now. Talk about that.
I love digital. You can just shoot. You can just keep shooting, and you don't have to worry about anything. You know, you just shoot. But the thing is, you do all this post production. That's where it comes in. But you get the images. Now I'm still shooting the same bands. I'm also shooting new bands, pop bands, you know, classic rock bands. As long as it moves, I'll shoot. You were part of the whole rock scene back when CBGBs. You did a lot of shooting of Joan Jett and some of that stuff. Talk about some of that stuff. Go ahead. Joan Jett, she used to play all those clubs in downtown New York, and I was right when that first album came out. I became part of it, actually, and I just love shooting. Like, you look at these pictures around here that I have hanging of Joan. It's just, she's so innocent, you know, so innocent.
Beautiful lady.
And she was a girl back then.
Very photogenic.
She is.
Now you had Prince over here. I seen you had a picture of Prince putting on makeup or something, and you have Bon Jovi on the other side, right?
That's Steven Tyler.
Oh, Steven Tyler.
Looks like Prince,
it looks like Prince there.
Well, all these photos tonight that
I was
are
like, wow, a lot of Alice Cooper. You have a lot of Alice Cooper. You did a lot.
All these pictures tonight at the gallery where we're at, where I met this artist about 2 years ago, and I always wanted an artist to have my photos immortalized. So he basically takes my photos that we pick out carefully, and he paints his own mirror image of it. And tonight or this week here in New York, we're going to create 17 paintings from my photos.
Nice.
And Alice is one of them. So that's why I have the Alice photos hanging. Aerosmith. We're going to do a Steven Tyler, John Bon Jovi, Motley Crue.
What's his name?
David Banegas.
That's right here. He's right here.
He's here. You can take a little peek at him later. He's doing a John Bon Jovi tonight. One of my photos from I think the 90s, from when he did Always, the Always video. So we're having a lot of fun tonight, and we're gonna get a collection and take it to the next level.
You're gonna be here for a couple of days, having an exhibit here for a week, right? All right. Well, I want to thank you for the great interview, but I want everybody out there to find out if they want to check out your work.
right.
tell everybody how they can find out, man. You know.
All right.
You got it right there.
I got the mic
Only
now.
man
I got the mic.
He's in command right now.
All right. So you can go to www.weissskygallery.com. weissskygallery.com.
Yeah.
Check out my stuff.
The white guy from Jersey.
I'm from Jersey. I'm a Jersey boy. And come check it out. If you're a new band, you need some photos, don't be shy. You know, I got all kinds of budgets.
And you're watching New York Rocks.
You're watching New York Rocks here.
Who rocks better than us?
Who rocks better than this guy
Nobody
here?
rocks.
No one.
We rock the best.
Check out New York Rocks for this interview and that we just did, and a lot of stuff, right?
You're good.
Thank you.
Something about you. All right, man. Thanks a lot, man. All right, we're checking it out. We're going to go talk to the artist, painter here, and we talked to Mark, and
Sounds good.
I'll have a good one, man.
All right.
All right, peace out.